Women who wear burqas don't get adequate exposure to sunlight, because their body is completely covered from head to toe. Their skin never gets a chance to absorb the sun's rays. Now this leads to vitamin D deficiency, which can cause osteoporosis, arthritis, and many other diseases. There's a study conducted at King Fahd University Hospital in Saudi Arabia, and they found that out of all 52 women tested, they all had vitamin D deficiency. Now this just shouldn't be the case, considering they're living in a very sunny place of the world. They're living in a desert. The only reason why they have vitamin D deficiency is because they're forced to cover their body from head to toe. Not only that, Muslim women often get heat stroke as well, just from being outside for too long. I mean, could you imagine what it would be like being completely covered out in like 30-degree temperature? It's going to be pretty excruciatingly hot. It's going to be unbearable, and no woman should have to go through that, especially here in the free world. Wearing a garment that covers your entire face and body is going to make life very difficult for you, especially when it comes to things like, playing sports, enjoying activities, or I don't know, eating out. It's going to present a lot of obstacles in your way just in terms of being able to immerse yourself in the joys of society. I mean, if we're expecting people to integrate and immerse themselves in the wonderful society that we've created, how do we expect them to do that when they're wearing something that physically limits their ability to do so? Not only can they not enjoy activities and enjoy sports and have fun, but it actually impairs their vision. There's been cases where police officers have had to pull Muslim women over because they're worried, they're concerned that they're not able to see. The overall view is kind of compromised, and if there's any sort of shaking or bumping going around, it's very easy to see how it could kind of drape over the eye completely. So I mean, there's just all sorts of physical limitations that wearing such a garment is going to place on you. Quite simply put, the burqa was designed to control and dominate women. It's degrading, it's belittling, it's a clear symbol of oppression, and I find it absolutely hilarious and disgusting at the same time when I see Muslim men wearing like a t-shirt and shorts, and they're standing next to a woman who's completely covered, who's sitting there dying of heat, and the guy's just strolling through, able to enjoy, Western clothing or comfortable clothing, and it's not fair. It's a clear symbol of oppression. It's absolutely nasty, it's belittling, and I don't like seeing it. Here's a list of jobs you can expect to never get if you wear a burqa. I'm sorry, but if you're wearing a burqa, it's either going to be socially unacceptable or physically impossible for you to fulfill a role in any of these positions. I mean, could you imagine seeing like a kindergarten teacher or a police officer or somebody in public relations wearing a burqa? I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. It's just so unfortunate that women are limited from enjoying different career possibilities. I mean, often careers define who we are. Any Muslim woman who wears a burqa is going to have a drastically reduced chance at establishing genuine and sincere connections and relationships with people out in the world. As human beings, we depend on seeing a person's facial expressions to establish trust and to create a comfortable environment. Our faces are meant to be shown to the world. They're not meant to be covered up. There are more muscles on the human face than there are on any other part of the body, and they're there to express and convey emotions and thoughts, things that are going on inside of us, not meant to be concealed and covered up. In fact, the human face is the very first thing we learn to recognize when we're developing babies. See, it's very important for babies to know who their parents are as opposed to strangers or potential threats. So it's embedded into us right from the get-go to recognize faces. So the burqa literally works against our evolutionary development. It's wrong and oppressive on so many levels. So whether it's health risks, occupational restrictions, or social limitations, women should not wear the burqa.